Welcome back to Goonies World. I am Johnny Farrow, also known as Sean, and with me, as always, is Meanie, also known as Ryan.
Hello.
And, of course, Goonie, also known as Colin.
Hello.
And today we are returning to those dark places. Ryan is taking us through a science fiction adventure.
Yes, I am. And just to very briefly get everybody up to speed, because I'm sure you'd remember, but you had flown out to this sort of unresponsive ship, and you had basically explored the lower decks. That was the entirety of the last session, and then you just got upstairs, and I believe we're planning to head in the direction of the engine room, although you are certainly, free to do whatever and go wherever.
Yes, I believe we had, when we scanned the ship earlier, our own ship, of course, is still outside somewhere with Gunther, our pilot. But I think when we had scanned the ship, we saw was an ID tag or something pinging from the vicinity of the engine room.
Correct.
Yeah, so, and then here on the bottom deck, we have run into some strange psychological experiences that would lead us to believe all is not canny on board this ship.
And possibly also something funky going on the ship that you arrived in as well, as Gunther seems to have experienced some kind of issue.
Yeah, I think we stopped right when we heard Gunther screaming over our comms.
And I believe, I'm not sure what, I believe both of you failed a pressure roll at some point and are down in agility.
That is true for me.
I have 2 pressure level points or whatever.
Yes, we are under pressure.
So, yes, Gunther has just screamed in your ear, and that the noise of the communication just cuts off. And I don't recall if we had actually gone up the stairs or taken the elevator yet.
No, we were just about to.
Okay, very good.
Before we do, though, let's try the comms here again and see if we can't raise Gunther.
Come in, Gunther. This is Truck. Come in, Gunther.
And you received no reply.
That's a fucking order.
I don't know.
He's just being a pussy. He's just being a drama queen, I think.
I don't know about that. I think this place is definitely something's not right about it. I mean, we've seen it ourselves. There's some sort of psychological... it could be some gas that's causing us to hallucinate.
But on our ship, Gunther is he's just being a pussy, I think.
Well, who knows what's happened on our ship? Well, we've got a mission to do. We might as well go up onto the next level and see about that ping we got from the engine room. Of course, you're in charge.
I'm in charge. Let's go upstairs and find the engine room.
All right, after you then. I'm still feeling a little pressure myself.
Now, are you going to take the spiral staircase or the elevator?
You know, it would be pretty smart of us to just take the stairs, because knowing how wonky this ship is, the elevator might malfunction. Or, give us hallucinations or some shit.
I wouldn't want to get trapped on the elevator.
Nope.
Or perhaps you remember when we first walked in, the bloke was slammed and the door of the cargo bay smashed. I'd hate to get smashed in the door of the elevator.
Yeah, this ship's got a mind of its own, trying to kill us, I think.
Oh.
So you proceed up the stairs and find yourselves, well, you can see on the map where you end up, and the bulkhead just to the aft of where the stairs lead you to does appear to sort of open or into the sort of boom that connects the engine to the rest of the ship.
We've got to get to the rear of the ship then to access the engine room. So it's a long walk. I'll follow you again.
It is Truck going to open the bulkhead?
Yeah, I will. Yep.
Okay. Well, you pull it open, and the sort of corridor before you is shrouded in kind of a mist, and you can see you can't see very far, but you can see that this whole thing is apparently just one giant conduit, and you can see pipes and cables and all sorts of stuff running along the walls and ceiling, and you can hear, and although you can't see it through the mist, you can hear a sound repeating kind of off in the distance, like a metallic clanging every like it's almost at random. It's just like clang, 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 clang.
What could that be?
What's the name of our ship that we came from?
It is the Grams.
Okay. Was anyone there? This is Travis Tucker of the Grams. Is anyone there?
And who are you? Who are you trying to communicate with?
Whoever's making that metallic banging noise.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you get no response.
All right. Maybe it's not a person, or maybe it is, and he's not friendly.
Does it sound like any? With my engineering skill and background, does it sound like a typical malfunction or something that I can account for?
It definitely sounds like there's something malfunctioning, yes.
Right, but not something as easily identified. Like, oh, that's clearly the sound it makes when the quadruple compensators aren't working or anything like that.
Make an education test.
Okay. I can't remember whether we roll a D6 or a D10.
D6.
All right.
Target is...
okay. Well, I have 7, exactly.
It sounds like a door opening and closing.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Forcefully.
It's not an engine problem. It's the door, all right.
And if you look on your map, you can see that there is a bulkhead about halfway down this corridor or boom. So that seems likely to be what it is.
All right, let's continue.
All right, so you proceed down this boom, and you get about 10 steps in, and make both of you roll a d6.
I have a 1.
2.
Well, unfortunately, Dr. Dede, just from a pipe in the ceiling above your head, a sudden blast of freezing gases just become...
Watch out there, Doc.
And make an agility roll.
course, I am at 1 less agility at the moment. So my roll is 8. I rolled a 6, and my agility is temporarily 2.
Well, you managed to kind of instinctively kind of hop out of the way. Now, you had earlier begun, I think, taking your spacesuit off because of the hallucination of the sort of heat lamps and stuff. But did you? I assume you put it back on?
Well, I would assume I did, but I never specifically narrated that I did.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because you succeeded in your agility roll, but had you not succeeded and not been wearing a spacesuit, then you may have taken some damage, but of no consequence because I believe you probably put it back on once you realized you were just hallucinating.
Got to watch out from all these leaks.
And now I'm going to make a little cheeky little roll. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I thought you were going to say you were going to make a leak.
No, probably when we're done recording, I may, but not just yet. So, Dr. Didi, just as the malfunctioning door, which is slamming itself open and closed, begins to come into view, you can see just beyond that door, on the other side of it, in the moments when it is open, you can see someone just sort of shrouded, like the outline of a human standing there shrouded in this mist. They appear to be naked. It's hard to can't really make out any particular features just because they're so obscured by the mist.
There's a naked humanoid form down there. Do you see it? I can't make out any details. He's mist obscured. Do you see it?
Do I?
You don't see anything, though.
Sounds like wishful thinking on your part.
No, I'm telling you, if you don't see it, then it's another psychological effect.
Yeah. You got some psychological problems, probably.
Well, I assume during this time you've continued to walk towards this malfunctioning door, even if perhaps your pace had slowed some. And you see this figure turn and stare right into your eyes.
You're not real. You're not real. You're not real.
And it stretches out its hands in your direction, and this face is like contorted as if it's screaming, but you can't hear anything. And they look, I mean, their skin's all blotchy. It looks like they've been exposed to the vacuum of space. And they just run through this malfunctioning door directly at you, Dr. Didi.
I don't think I have the presence of mind to, think that it can't hurt me. It's just a hallucination. I will fire my gun at it. We'll snap fire in a panic.
All right. Well, make an agility roll.
I only got a 3.
All right. Well, with the crack of your pistol, the person disappears. But Truck, you just saw Dr. Didi unholster his pistol, point it at you, and miss.
Oh, at me?
Yeah.
All right, motherfucker. Hand me your weapon now.
No, I shot at him and he's disappeared.
You just shot at me and you missed. You're lucky you missed. But I don't want... you're going to have to hand your firearm to me. At least for right now.
I'm not going to leave myself completely defenseless in this place.
What do you think I am? You think you're defenseless with me around? I'm security. You're just going to get yourself hurt or get me hurt.
All right, if you say so, then. Since your mind is so strong, it's not like you haven't seen these hallucinations either, you know.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to call for Dr. DJ to make another pressure roll because due to this incident, although I will give you an additional +1 bonus now that you know that there's some fishy shit going on.
Okay. let's see. Equal to my education. So I rolled a 5. I got a 4. So that's a 9. And then I had a plus what?
The additional plus 1.
Okay, that brings me up to 10.
All right.
Barely.
So you do not take another level of pressure.
But I will hand over my sidearm to the security officer.
All right. Are you now weaponless?
Yeah.
All right. So, now this door you arrive at, just kind of randomly slamming itself open and closed. You think you can probably hop through it, if you time it right, but it's kind of random. And you suspect it'll probably hurt pretty bad if it whacks you.
Is there a control panel from this end?
Yes, there is, as a matter of fact.
Well, with my little mechanical bandolier, I think I would like to try to fix it so it stays open.
All right. Well, using your little engineering toolkit, make an education roll. So that'll be what?
I failed, though. If I need a 7, I failed.
Okay, now just make it. Well, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 1, and then plus 4 is 5.
Right. Well, you try, and you think you just about got it when the entire control panel just shoots briefly like a cascade of sparks. And,
nice job.
You blast.
Well, we don't need that anyways. I'm going to time it, and you just follow me.
All right. I'll
Piece
go
of
when
cake.
you go.
All right, so Truck, make an agility roll, and hope you get a 7.
No, I got a 4.
All right, well, Truck leaps through this malfunctioning door, woo, and gets whacked in the ass by it. Almost makes it, but not quite. And that's going to cause a single point of damage.
My fucking ass.
No, I'll try to leap through after him. I assume that's an agility. I got to roll a 5 or higher, though. And I didn't. I rolled a 3.
Bam! Well, this door also slams into you and deals a single point of damage to Dr. Didi as well.
It sped up right when we went through. It was deliberate.
But the rest of your walk down this corridor is relatively uneventful. And eventually you get to the primary engine room. And Dr. Didi, of course, you recognize this as a 7T1 FTL drive.
Fairly standard 71.
But and so it's a very large room that you find yourselves in, and it's got these huge like spherical processors and converters, and of course Dr. Didi knows what all this stuff is. And then right in the center of the room is sort of a cylindrical sort of engine core that goes from the floor to ceiling, which is surrounded by pipes and wiring and whatnot. And there is something odd about it, though, Dr. Didi. There's a huge attachment on the side of it. It's like a half sphere of tubes and wires that appear to be going directly into the engine's fuel intake. And it appears to be heavily shielded. And there's like coolant, what appears to be coolant, dripping from some of the piping and stuff. So whatever's in there seems to be, needs to be frozen or kept really cold not the only thing on the ship, apparently, that needs to be kept super cold. And the piping is coming from the power core into the half sphere and then into the engine. So it seems like something has been inserted into the fuel flow process.
Do you see that there? That's anomalous. That's not supposed to be there. Someone's done that.
I'll take your word for it.
And in addition to the engine core itself, there are several lockers and storage crates in here as well. However, there is no person, at least that you can see.
All right, let's look around, see if we can find this pinging, if it's still there. Someone could be in one of these lockers.
Yeah, or someone's identification chip has been discarded.
Some nerd was pushed in this locker, I think. I'm going to start looking around the room.
Okay. There's nothing particularly interesting in the lockers, just contains like some jumpsuits and whatnot, and like tools and whatever, that might be used to work on the engine. You get to one of the storage crates and pop it open, and you see someone laying down in it. And as you open the lid, you see scrawled into like with a ink on into the bottom of the lid. It says, "I'm safe from Gil here." Apparently written by this person who is now laying in this storage crate.
Fuck.
But you weren't really expecting to find a corpse here. Considering a pressure roll, but I think I'll just... You've had enough for now. Enough pressure.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're pretty on guard for, I think, crazy shit, but I think we can handle a corpse for now. Anyways, one corpse.
Yeah.
But I'm going to examine him. First, I'm going to make sure if the doctor sees what I'm seeing, since we never know. You see this?
I don't know, do I?
Yes.
I see it all right, and I see the message. Whoever this Gil character is, he's bad news. Perhaps later, if I can access a computer terminal, I can pull up a crew manifest or something and find out more about this Gil. Or even find out who this poor bastard is who's trapped himself in here.
And, Truck, you just out of the corner of your eye, you see this body just kind of twitching every now and then. And if you look directly at it, it just stops. But if you're looking at something else and you can see it in your peripheral vision, like it just like jerks and twitches.
Still alive. Either that or it's got gases in it. I'm going to examine it just to make sure.
Upon examination, it just you can't find a pulse or anything, and of course you're looking directly at it the whole time, and it remains motionless. Although you do note upon examination that it has the most creepy fucking smile on its face.
At least he died happy.
Can I see any other wounds or anything to indicate the manner of death?
No, it looks like he may have just asphyxiated inside this storage crate.
Yeah. I keep seeing this fucking guy twitch. He's moving. When I look away, I see it.
Perhaps it's your nerves that are twitching. We've both been under a lot of pressure.
Yeah. Guess I'm a little twitchy.
And just before you start to stand, I mean, I imagined you kind of kneeling down over this crate, and so just as you were going to like sort of stand up and walk away, the head of this corpse just turns, and it's just got this.
There, There he is. He's smiling.
And then it disappears.
The whole, like, just the image disappears, or
The corpse disappears.
the whole entire corpse disappears.
Yeah. And that is going to make, I think, a pressure.
Yeah.
We both see this, I assume.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's just right there where where it was before.
Ooh, well, I rolled a 6 and I have a 5 pressure bonus.
All right. Well, your pressure level, fortunately for you, does not go up.
It's gone. Fucker just disappeared. Holy shit.
Now listen, it's right there. I'm looking
Nope.
right at it.
It's fucking gone, bro.
You've got to understand there's some sort of psychological effect.
Not this time. Not this time. It's gone.
No, it is this time, I'm telling you.
You're the one hallucinating this
Now, it's
time.
got something to do. It's got something to do with this bit here that's been attached onto the engine core, you see. I'm certain of it. This is completely anomalous, and there's plenty
What do you
of
mean? Bit? You're talking technical jargon. I don't understand.
Talking about this hemispherical thing here with the coolant dripping all out of it. It's not supposed to be there. It's got something to do with all of this. That much I'm certain of.
Okay. If you say so, let's, once you fix it, then see what you can do.
I don't know that I can fix it. I can maybe try to learn something about it, but I very much doubt it. It's probably fixed to where it can't be removed, is my guess.
You better start trying.
I'll see what I can do with it.
Well, excuse me. You're pretty much correct in that you don't think you can safely extricate this addition. However, while you were doing your inspection and looking over it and stuff, you come to the realization that the engine is it's on automatic shutdown, which is going to take some time, of course, and it's sort of powering down slowly, but you think you could just shut it off if you want.
I think we should. It couldn't hurt, he said.
You're talking about shutting the entire engine off?
That's what I'm talking about? This thing can't be shut down separately, correct?
Yeah, you're talking about shutting down the FTL engine, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's not safe. This ship's not salvageable for anyone. We'd be lucky to get out of here alive.
I agree.
Perhaps if we shut this down, whatever is giving power to these strange things we've been seeing, it might also shut down. It seems to be leeching power off the engine core, if I'm not grossly mistaken.
Mm-hmm. That's my theory. I say shut it down.
I'll do it. I'll proceed to take steps to shut it down.
It only takes you a few minutes, and you obviously, as an engineer, I'm not even going to make you roll. You just spend some time working on it, and you managed to get it shut down. How long it takes before the effects subside remains to be seen, but you think you are on the right track.
I have a good feeling about it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else in this engine room area of interest?
Not really.
Well,
it looks like there is another bulkhead door to the power core at the very aft. I don't know if we need to go in there or what exactly that is.
Well, and you would know, Dr. DD, that
it's likely highly radioactive.
Well, you generally don't. I mean, it's usually locked. It's locked away pretty good, and you generally don't go in there unless it needs maintenance or something.
That's how Spock died.
But You think you could probably bypass, with a successful, education roll plus, any bonus for engineering position and the little tool you have, or the toolkit you have as well.
What would I be bypassing?
Basically the door to get into the power core.
Yeah, but normally it's not safe to go into the power core.
It's not that it's not safe. It's just that there's no reason to, and it, unless you're doing maintenance or repairs on something.
Would you like me to bypass this door?
While we're back here, we might want to make sure.
I'll see what I can do. Oh yeah, that's with the bonus even without the bonus for my skill. That's going to be a 9.
Oh, well that that is plenty, and you do manage to get the door open, and you've probably seen one of these power cores before. In fact, I'd be sure that you would have, doing maintenance and whatnot. And it's kind of a cramped little room. There's not a lot of room to move around, but there's enough. And the power core itself is a bunch of spheres sort of suspended in the air with thick cables connecting them and piping and like support structure. And the whole room is just a mass of conduits for cooling and energy transfer and whatnot. So you note, Dr. Didi, that there's an extra sphere added, one more than would normally be here. And it's slightly smaller and a different color, and it's got like a makeshift support framework around it that has been added on as well. And it's got some thick pipes dripping with coolant leading through from this sphere to the engine in the other room. And it's covered in warning labels that say caution, unknown consequences.
Well, whoever put it on here can write and speak English. Apparently.
Do I see what he sees?
Yes. And also, on this single additional sphere, you see a symbol. It's kind of a large ovoid shape with like a triangular kind of object on it. It almost looks a little bit like sort of the Starfleet insignia, but kind of turned a little bit sideways. Do I have it?
Do we recognize it?
No.
All right.
And attached to this sphere as well, this additional sphere, is a computer that is wired into it.
Let's see if we can pull up any information.
Somebody made some weird modifications.
Indeed. Let's see if I can pull up some specifications, status report, etc. See what clues can be learned from operating this computer terminal.
Access this terminal. Make an education roll.
Okay, that's good. That's 11, 12, 13 with the bonus.
Good God.
No, it's 12 with the bonus.
So yes, you log in and you find something very telling. It says, Engine Test 001, 7T1, Adjustment Code 45297/4. Exotic particle Morning 50 passed initial processing and is passed for engine testing. Particle expected to increase engine efficiency by 50%. Particle injection to be initiated via power core fed with 140% increase to coolant usage. Residual radiation has been classed as low threat. Shielding yet to be perfected, but existing safeguards are expected to work within parameters. Effects of residual radiation still in testing, but initial tests include possible effect on brain chemistry, causing confusion, nausea, and possible visual and auditory hallucinations. Testing has ascertained that existing shielding is sufficient to contain radiation, but automated systems have been activated should the crew experience any problems.
Well, I think the crew experienced some problems.
I'd say.
So the fact that we've turned off the shutdown power to the engine means that whatever is here in the power core is not transmitting anymore, or would this also need to be shut down separately?
No, the fact that you've shut down the engine suggests that the levels of the radiation caused by this particle will be dissipating over time.
All right. Well, can I download all this to my thumb drive?
Yes, of course.
All right.
Is there any indication who wrote this? Is there any? I suspect that this symbol here is some symbol of some corporation or something.
Yeah, I can see, check the logs and see who made that entry, if possible.
It doesn't have a person, but it's pretty clear that when the Wayne Tanaka Corporation has discovered this, and I mean, profits, man, right? If you can get 50% greater efficiency, well, that's, fuel saving on your fuel costs and making more money.
But at what price?
Yes, greedy fucking bastards.
Well, frankly, I think we've solved the initial mystery here of what went wrong, but I feel compelled to see if there's any more survivors up in the main body of this level. I've got
This doesn't explain Gunther.
And no, it does not, unless, of course, it's radiating and leaking out into space around us as well. It's up to you. You make the call. We could EVA back to Gunther right now. Or we could continue to...
Let's clear this ship.
All right. And if I may be so bold, if we have the capability, I think this ship doesn't ever need to be salvaged or come back. They've unlocked something very dangerous here. Perhaps something interdimensional, I don't know. Can you imagine if this got back to the space station?
Well, hopefully we've eliminated the danger, but we don't know yet.
All right. Well, let's take that long walk back then up to, I believe, this boom corridor should get us back to where we can get access to the rest of the deck.
That is correct. You're going to have to hop through this malfunctioning door again, unfortunately, so that's going to take a couple agility tests.
Motherfucker.
Hey, this time I get an 8.
Can I...
6.
This time I want to try something else. I want to put one of these, try to stick one of these cargo containers in between the doors when they're open. So I'll time that so if I fill it, I'm not going to get hurt. It'll just, just won't work. But I'll try to stick something in there to block the doors, keep them open.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. I'll call that an agility test.
Okay. 5.
Yeah, you just can't seem to quite time it.
What about you, Doc? Think you can time it? Or did you already jump through?
I already jumped through. I'm on the other side.
Damn you.
I learned from watching you last time what not to do.
That's, well, I was teaching you, yeah. So, I'll just go ahead and do it this time. No sweat. 6.
And you unfortunately take another point of damage from the
God
door.
damn it. Fucking God damn it.
And eventually find yourselves back up in the elevator/stair area.
Right. Now, there's any number of places we can head to in here. First of all, they've got a hangar up here, a hangar bay. Don't know if they've got an away vehicle, which we may even need if we can't get back in to the Grams. They've also got the computer core room.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Learn a little more about. And then, of course, we could get up to the bridge and just try to stop this thing slowly decelerating, but we could all the way decelerate it, possibly. But I'll say let's first perhaps look into the storage and computer core. We can certainly make copies of the computer files to bring back to the corporation. It's got to be worth something.
Yes, we'll do storage/computer core first.
Right.
All right. So you proceed over to the area with the computer core, and you see when you get to the door to that room that there is a fire alarm activation light blinking above the door. But there are no sirens or any indication that sprinklers or, foam throwers or anything have deployed. And the alarm has locked the door. So you would need to bypass that too.
Let's see what I can do.
Is there a window in the door?
There's not.
Right.
9. I have a 9 to bypass.
Ooh, you needed an 8, so that was quite good, because that was a tricky thing to do. And you do get the door open.
Backdraft.
The first thing you see is this guy who is startled by you. He's in the process of scribbling stuff on the walls, and you can see that the walls are just covered in these symbols and doodles and whatnot, and they're scrawled all over the manuals and the papers and everything in the walls of the room, and you can't make any sense of the images, but most of them seem to be this same symbol, the triangle with the little oval. But you startle this man who's in the process of drawing this, and he turns to you and says, "Oh, well, hello. So nice to see you."
All right, I'm seeing a guy. He's a crazy guy who's writing on the walls. He just turned. He asked us, or he said something.
I'll see him too. He's real.
Oh, of course I'm real. Don't be silly. Are you angels sent from the Creator?
Hell no. We're checking up. We're from the what corporation?
We're from the corporation.
We're from Cambridge Wallace. Is that it?
Yes.
From Cambridge Wallace. We're here to check up on your ship, see what happened. Something very bad happened.
No.
What can you tell us?
No, nothing bad happened. Nothing bad ever happens. The Creator makes sure that nothing bad ever happens.
Your name wouldn't be Gil, would it?
What? Well, you must be sent by the Creator if you know my name.
Now, does he have any... Do we see any weapons on him of any kind?
Yes, he is armed. And also, you note that his right forearm, he's been bleeding quite profusely for some reason. In fact, he looks like he's lost quite a lot of blood. He's pretty pale and but he doesn't seem to mind, that's for sure.
Tell me, Gil, I'm fascinated. You're obviously a super genius. I'm very curious about the modifications you've made to your ship. I was just down in your engine room, and it's really lovely work. Is that your work with the hemisphere and the increased capacity and whatnot?
No, I that wasn't me. I it was somebody else.
All right, Gil, why don't you... I'm going to slowly, pull out my pistol. Not point at him yet, but I have my hand on it, and taking it, kind of sliding it out of the holster or whatever. And I'm going to say, why don't you go ahead and drop your gun?
There's no need for violence. Everything is beautiful in the eyes of the Creator.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I want you to drop your gun so there's going to be no violence here.
Yes, of course there will be no violence. I have no intention of harming you beautiful angels. Why should I drop my gun?
Well, if you're not going to harm us, then you won't mind dropping your gun, just for our own safety, so we can feel good.
And if we were angels, then surely the Creator would prefer that you do our bidding. Come now, Gil.
But what if you're false angels? What if you're devils?
No.
Are you
Come on
devils?
Now. We don't look like devils, do you? Come on.
Your features are starting to change. I think you might be false angels.
I think you'd best give me my gun back. There, truck.
All right, you know where to aim it. I'm gonna toss him his gun.
All right.
Shoot that way, not at me.
Right.
Right, well, he gets a crazy look in his eyes, and almost faster than you can, see. Like, his hand just whips into the holster of his gun, and he pulls it out, and, he's gonna shoot at Truck, because Truck was ordering him around. And 6, 7, 8, 9 is going to hit. Just 1 damage, fortunately.
Yeah, well, I have 1 left. 1 hit point left.
After losing that 1? Or before losing that one? Oh, okay.
Because I've already taken several, so I have 1 left now.
All right,
Truck.
Well, your guys' I don't know what you want to do.
He shoots me. Where does he shoot me?
I don't. There's not like hit location.
Yeah, I know. Just narratively. Well, I'll grab wherever he shot me.
The arm, I guess.
Okay.
Hit you in the upper arm, 2 inches above the left elbow. I'm going to immediately fire back. The second that guy fired at Truck, I'm going to shoot back at him. Do I need a 7? I have exactly a 7 if it's an agility.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
I rolled a 5 and I had 2 for agility. Okay, so... And that does the set amount of damage, right? Like a flat damage?
Well, you roll a d6, and the number is the max, right?
Yeah. Well, I got a 1, so...
All right, well, he takes 1 damage.
Doesn't have to be this way, Gil.
Fucker's fast. I'm going to shoot if I can.
Yep.
All right, I will... can I take out my... I already had my pistol drawn, but I do have that shotgun. So maybe next time I will shoot with that, but, and what do we do for roll d6?
Yeah, it's basically an agility roll.
Yeah, well, it's just 1.
Well, that is a miss, unfortunately. And, since Dr. Didi shot him, he's going to shoot at Dr. Didi. And he will roll a 4, which will not hit. So
it's because I've dodged behind the piping.
You guys' turn.
It doesn't have to be this way, Gil. I'm going to shoot him anyway, though, even when I say that. But I missed this time. I have a 6. Barely miss him.
I forgot we're actually supposed to roll initiative in this system. I thought it was just narrative like Demon Lord, but oh well. I forgot, so whatever. It's fine. What you doing, Truck?
I will shoot with my shotgun this time.
Okay.
And what do we need to roll or hit?
Well, you are with a shotgun. Well, so you to hit you need a 7, but the damage is variable. You're at close range right now, so.
Okay. Well, then I did get a 7.
All right, so that's going to be D6 damage, max 5.
3.
3. All right, so Gil screams and falls to the ground. With these shotgun pellets having pierced his body. He does not seem to be dead, but he does seem to be out of the fight. And he's screaming at you about, all sorts of fervent religious nonsense.
Shut the fuck up. I'm going to shoot him again.
Okay. Well, then you're going to make a roll. You just kill him.
Okay. We weren't going to learn anything else from that guy.
The old coup de Gracie.
Yep, that's right. That's how you say it.
That's exactly how it's pronounced. It's exactly how it's pronounced.
For once, you actually say something that's smart.
Thank you. Well, let's, we've already gotten under the computer down in the engine room. Let's just see if here at the core there's anything different to find out. If it's just a duplicate of the information, that's fine, but I want to be thorough. I'm a good man and thorough.
No, it doesn't appear to be anything you can actually... I mean, it's just like the computer core, right? But no, there's not actually like a terminal in here.
All right, well, don't worry about that. Anything else strange in here? Out of the ordinary? Anomalous?
No, just engineering officer Gil, who is recently deceased.
Splattered.
Yeah. I want to see if he has anything else on him.
So he's got, in addition to the pistol that he was shooting at you, he has a power wrench on his belt, but that's it. And you note, however, that the wound on his forearm appears to have been self-inflicted because he's got like all kinds of blood and stuff all over his other hand. So apparently he like did it to himself.
Crazy motherfucker.
He's been driven crazy, and we'll end up crazy too if we stay here much longer.
I agree. Well, at least one of us will.
Now, if the ship's engine is shut down, will it stop decelerating on its own, or is it like a Newtonian thing where it's just going to keep on traveling forever unless we fire back up the engines and purposely decelerate it?
No, it's going to stop on its own eventually.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right.
I will go. Well, yeah, I'll go ahead and take this power wrench. Just in case we lose our handguns and other guns and need to have some kind of weapon.
Right on.
Perhaps let's look into the hangar bay and see if there's an away craft still there. We may end up needing it, as I say.
Yeah, we'll take a peek in the hangar.
Just a quick peek. Just a little peekaboo.
So you walk out of the computer core and through the staircase area over to the hangar, and you walk into the door and you can see right away that this is actually, well, it says hangar on the blueprint and it looks like a hangar. This one has apparently been converted into like storage and cargo space, because there's like cargo netting has been added to the walls and the ceiling, there are several sealed metal crates in the netting, but it looks like literally somebody, they were just probably, you would tend to assume that because of all the cryogenic shit taking up all the main cargo areas down below, that they wanted to, the corporation wanted to, have room to ship some other various cargo as well.
That answers that question.
Does it look like any just like standard cargo? Nothing suspicious?
No, not really. It's actually mostly just like a mail, literally.
The mail contract. It's very lucrative. Interstellar mail's expensive. It's one hell of a stamp. Perhaps we should, if there's nothing else strange here, then perhaps we should take a quick look into the bunkers to make sure there's no one still alive. Into the little bunk rooms.
And I say we head on out to the bunks.
Go through and after that, let's go through the. We'll hit the bunks and then go through the common room into the bridge and see if we can't.
So you go check out the bunks.
Yeah, just real quick, just poke a head in, poke it back out, make sure there's no one alive in there.
What?
Make sure there's no one alive in there.
Right, okay. And yeah, you do not find anyone alive in any of the bunks. They're just standard bunks, 2 long sleep pods for, sleeping off the long journeys. And, of course, these are used not only for the actual long sleep process, but they then, are just used as beds when you're not sort of in long sleep. But yeah, it looks like this must have been a fairly new crew to the ship, because normally have like pictures of family or just little personal items and stuff like that scattered around your bunk, and there's just none of that. They're Spartan, which suggests that they hadn't been traveling together on this ship very long.
All right. I don't see anything here. No hallucinations.
Quick walk through the common room and into the bridge, and then we'll have explored this vessel.
More or less.
And then we can find out about what happened, what's going wrong with Gunther.
So you head through the common room, which is just there's basically several chairs surrounding a circular table, and there's like spoiled food and spilled drinks and forks and knives and shit all over the place. There's a food dispenser and a liquid recycler against the walls, and the food dispenser's completely smeared with like some kind of protein paste or something. And the liquid recycle has just been smashed. And there's sort of light white and gray upholstery on these chairs that surround the table, and the walls are kind of padded with it. It just feels cold. You can't feel it through your spacesuits, but it just radiates this sort of stark coldness. And there's a splash of blood across one of the chairs at the table, and there's a kind of a lump in the blood. And
I don't want to know what that lump is.
I kinda do.
Why don't you get a good look? Go lean in close and get a good look.
Mm-hmm.
Going in truck? All right.
Only had one hit point, but, you know, he's gonna get closer.
Well, you pick it up?
No, well, not unless I mean, can I just observe it first see if I can learn anything?
It is motionless. But I have to wipe some of the blood off to identify it.
Yeah. I will, well, I'm gonna kind of nudge it first with my shotgun barrel.
Yeah, it moves. You could even kind of wipe it off with the shotgun a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I'll try to do that.
So yeah, you kind of do that, and it's a chip, like a microchip.
Interesting.
It's kind of been smashed, like somebody stomped on it.
You know anything about this? What kind of chip this is, or what function it had?
I don't believe it's operational, but does it appear to be of common manufacture?
Yeah, it appears to be the type of ID chip that would be implanted in a crew member, potentially.
Right.
Maybe we can, not probably broken, but maybe we can still get some data from it later on.
Right.
I'll keep it for now.
All right. And there's only one room left.
Yep. Take it to the bridge.
Where's that confounded bridge?
Just one room away. And you walk onto the bridge, which is much darker. I mean, most of the ship has been really brightly lit, but the bridge is dim and quiet. Just a few flickering lights from consoles and a dimly lit overhead monitor are really the only sources of light in here. And, of course, the blast shields are all closed, so, you can't even look out into the stars. And there are 4 seats on the bridge, helm, navigation, sensors, /comms, and systems. But each console is switched off with only sort of the red and blue standby lights on. And they're all powered down, but you could potentially activate them if you were so inclined.
So no people in this on the bridge?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a relief. Let's see what we can figure out here on the bridge. Yeah, Doctor, why don't you do your thing, and
We'll take a quick look.
We've got the 4 different consoles, the helm, navigation, sensors, /comms, and systems, so have at whichever one you like.
Well, I mean, what are we really trying to find out here, though?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know if there's anything more to really find out.
No, not unless there's like more records of stuff that went on here or something.
Let me see if I can't get a download of the ship's log and get that copied onto the old thumb drive here. And then you can, the corporation can pore over this at their leisure. So that'd be my goal, is to try to get access a copy of the ship's log and copy it.
Well, so you can do that. Like the general sort of log in terms of location, and what the ship was doing would probably come from the helm.
All right. I mean, is there likely to be more than one ship's log? With like, would they be integrated into a?
I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. So, I mean, like the communications logs and stuff would probably be in the comms. So it's just.
Well, I'll just have to do them one by one. Make sure we got everything. So I'll start with the helm, and see, I got a 7 exactly on that one. And I'm not even going to try to read them at this point. I just want to get them copied, and then I'll worry about reading them when we get back to our ship. If, in fact, I can find one that I can copy.
Yes, you can copy all of the data off of all of the each of the consoles.
Okay. I just don't want to stand around in here with possible further exposure to... Even though it's dissipating, it makes me nervous. You know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to EVA back and find out what's happened to Gunther.
Yeah, I know that.
But clearly the corporation here has attempted to increase the power of their engines, and in doing so they've unleashed something quite unholy. This terrible psychological aberration with this radiation is we'll have to trust our betters back at the corporation to not make the same mistake if we return with this information.
We better get a big old fat bonus for doing this bullshit. So, let me try that little bitch Gunther one more time. Gunther! Come on, Gunther!
You get no response.
That's what I thought. Could we, because I kind of want to get a view of our ship before we EVA, can we try to open up these, window shields or whatever?
Sure.
Blast shields and see what, try to look at our ship through them?
Sure, yeah. You can open them up, and you do see the Grams floating nearby.
Okay. And does it look like, is there a giant spider on it, or is there, any damage to it? Anything crazy?
Looks normal from outside anyway.
I don't know what his problem is. But yeah, it looks intact. I think we did our job.
I believe so. Now we just got to hope Gunther lets us back in and everything's safe and canny on board, which I very much doubt.
Well, you EVA back across over to the Grams, only to find that Gunther has shot himself in the head.
Do we actually get on into the ship?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But you'll have to fly back without Gunther at the helm.
Yeah, that little asshole is going to make it difficult, but I got a little navigation experience, at least.
All right. It's going to be a strange trip back. I hope we haven't brought something back with us, obviously. Nah, I very much
can't bring back hallucinations.
You could possibly bring back some radioactivity. Well, we'll just have to find out.
It's all good, man. We did our thing. We succeeded. Time to get home and party. It's Miller time.
So it's going to be about a day travel back to the station. Would you like to radio word of your success ahead of you?
All right, Grant, Stellar Station, this is Travis Truck Tucker. We have succeeded in our mission. We are headed home now. And have a cold one waiting for me.
All right. Well, I guess that about wraps it up for this episode then.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, so you fly back to Grant Stiller Station, and Wallace gives you your pay and a cold Miller Lite.